this one's a little bit different. I went out and figure, well, if anything, you chaps get to see where I live, I suppose. It's a curious day. It feels like a glorified Sunday when nothing is open at all. Even a coffee shop would be open on an Easter Sunday, for example. The clips are going to be put together as best as I can. My Microsoft program, let's have a look. What's it called now? Movie Maker 10. I mean, to be fair, the larger the video, like, you know, if they're 20 odd minutes long, the longer it takes to upload. But last night the Movie Maker crashed twice at whatever percent after both times still in the process of uploading 2.5 hours. So I ended up leaving it when I went to bed. So that would be the tour guide one that took forever. And this one, well, only in this country can the worst economic recession in more than a century, so not even the Great Depression apparently, can be met with the words, where is it? Well, it was the Independent from the looks of it, but met with the words, it's okay, it will recover quickly. So, I mean, the Great Depression took probably until after the war for the full effects of it to be truly forgotten, because we bankrupted ourselves. So, the Telegraph have a rather nice little graphic. I don't know if you can see it too well now that I've done that. I'll have to put this sentence, but needless to say, it's a graph of how bad things are. So, you know, that's 0, and there's 10%, and there's, what, we'll say minus 15 GDP. Spanish flu was down here, and then we went up because of the First World War, and then we got to minus 5 for the Wall Street crash. World War II drove it up again, and then the economic downturn when I was out of work was minus 1, they said yesterday on the news, and essentially we're minus 3 already. Yeah, town can't social distance for love of money. I always like it, I don't know about anyone else, when people psycho at you. Unfortunately they weren't speaking English, so the communication was not what it was, and that's not to be rude, but it's a statement of fact. I barely speak English when I'm sober as it is. On that note, you know, if you chaps saw my Merlot video, which was done sober, but somehow resounded in how I worded the video and that together, Merlot. I didn't go to the Morrison's wine section today. Instead I was in Sainsbury's, and looking at it, it says house red, and you look at the bottle and everything, well, it's their cheap plonk, £4.50 from all your good Sainsbury's. And you know, it's got their home, it's got this label, type of label they have on all their plonk. And unfortunately for me, the first bottle I saw on the top shelf was sort of like, it looked like a kind of washing up liquid Scott bottle, £8.75. It said house whatever, and I went, oh my god, it's plastic wine bottle, are you mad? And this is a, you know, Fraser Crane would run his discerning eye over and go, no, this is a Bernard Black bottle, you know, for Bernard Black. If I have to explain what Black Books and who Bernard Black is, I'll tear what's left of my dark hair out. Yes, so basically, I'm talking to myself. It feels like I'm talking to myself, and then people comment on the videos, and I'm like, or tell me they've watched them, friends, and you're like, oh, okay, and then you feel a bit, and then you realise you actually are. I mean, I've Patrick McGowan, who starred in a TV series called The Prisoner, said, probably because of The Prisoner, that freedom is a myth. And if you think about it, it is. Everything we do in this world nowadays, more so than when he said that in the 70s, is recorded in some detail. I mean, Private Eye was saying that there are companies that that are paid, or pay the government or whatever, whoever it is, and they have information on us. I mean, can't imagine. Sorry, can't imagine us not living in a world without this kind of it. London's the most watched capital city on the planet, or at least one of them, and all our information is recorded. The emails and that we send are monitored in some shape or form. I mean, you know, judging by some of these cases we've had about terrorist suspects that have been ultimately tried for terrorism or extremism, MI5 have had access to emails. Now, whether or not they hacked into their particular account or that, but there's a suggestion anyway, and things like private like that, text messages and emails are monitored by the security services at least. So I was expecting a knock on my door once a few months ago when I was meeting a friend up Whitehall way, and she texted me that she was there, and I was a little way off, so I said, I'm bombing up to you now, and or at least I've said that to somebody in the past year in a couple of text messages, and I've been expecting a knock on the door. Security services don't have a sense of humour when bombs concerned, so I'll see if I'll do another one today or tomorrow. But what I was going to say is that the program is taking forever for me to upload these, and yeah, alright, we're in lockdown, but my laptop is really slow at the moment. If anyone has any ideas, I've done everything, I've cleared space and stuff. It's been this way since I got a new laptop charger before Christmas. It's been sluggish, everything's taken, not massively slow, but it can be. And I don't know if it's the internet. I heard somewhere that the bandwidth at the start of this lockdown by some providers was being restricted in speed because they were trying to save it up for the NHS or computers or something. But since the Windows feature upgrade finally installed after 2 months of trying, almost a month ago now, the laptop's been quite slow. So last night when I was spending ages uploading, I could not do anything really other than upload a video. It was taking pages weren't loading, Windows Media Player wasn't opening and stuff, but as far as the internet goes, it was slow. So I couldn't even do my story writing, and I'm trying to do 40,000 words as part of this writing project. So if anyone has any tips, well, yeah. Anyway, gang, take care. Well, I don't think Jack Cardiff is going to be turning in his grave at the quality of this editing. But here we are. As I'm rather self-conscious as it is, I'm going to keep the voice down, but this is the High Street on a Wednesday. Look at it. Nothing open, including dear old Costa, who before they closed removed most of their tables and chairs and said, takeaway only. CX is closed. I only ever thought nuclear warfare would close that shop. And then, get to the end. There's old John Hampden, hero of the English Civil War in a way, or at least the start of it. It's being vandalised. I won't go into the hows and wheres, this isn't a history video. We got him and Disraeli against the bank there. Well, hang on. I used to live at that first house you saw on the corner from when my mum and dad moved us out of Wickham. There you go, nice shot, Mile. So from about, I think 1986, early 1987 until 1990 when my youngest brother was born. That house is the only ghost experience I can recall having, curiously enough. I used to often be down here when I was little because the house next to it with the overgrown hedge was where my granny and granddad lived until 2000. And one of my earliest memories of granny and granddad is being out in the garden, granny and granddad out in the garden, and they saw me looking out my little window, waved at me, and granny had this big smile on her face. And then sometimes granddad would bring us down here because Mum and Dad would be working. Me and my middle brother spent a great deal of time being looked after by Granny and Grandad. So Grandad brought us down here, and hopefully this is worth it. I don't think you want to see my mush at the moment, because see if this counts as my essential exercise. I haven't been out of the house for 4 days. You get this beautiful canal. Just halfway down there, I once trod in dog shit. Grandad was trying to wipe it off, and all these ducks kept coming to have a look. It's the only time I've seen Grandad reasonably annoyed. It's very quiet, isn't it? They redid the bridge when I was a child, so now it's something else. But it was a proper iron bridge. And this is the Grand Union Canal. And it makes me wish I had a narrowboat.